So yeah, if my Kia wants to come and back pick it up, that'll be fine. But I don't live close to a Walmart, so the best option is probably the trash can for the candy and resend the other order. I just don't know how she figured out that was me. Because there's no name on it. How do they deliver stuff without a name on it? How would she know to drop that here? There's no name, there's no number, there's no tag.
Exactly, sir. I apologize because this was
no worries.
very big negligence from the end of the delivery department. Yeah, I do have to document that as a complaint from my side as well. But for you, as you have not received your application trash and your order, so my system is giving me two of the options for you, sir. And whatever you'll be saying, I'll be doing that. So either we can initiate a refund for you from our side to compensate you so you can have your 100% money back in the original payment method, and either my system is also giving me an option for the replacement as well. If you ask me about the replacement, I can create that for you. So that's how we'll be creating a replacement order for you, and you'll be receiving a new trash can for you.
Yeah, that would be good. I've been trying to find that trash can for quite a while.
Sure.
For some reason, this isn't working. All right.
All right, sir. I have initiated the request from my side and created a replacement for you. Now you will be receiving a confirmation email within the next 5 to 10 minutes, and after that, you will be able to see your replacement order as well in your purchase history.
Okay.
From our side, you can see. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt there, but I should just throw this away, right?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Okay. Just a box of candy.
Thank you, sir. So right now, I have already done everything for you and document the case also. So is there anything else I can do for you? I would love to help you out.
No, that's great. Thank you. Where are you at, in the Philippines?
No, I'm not from there.
Oh, you're not in the Philippines? You sound like you're in the Philippines. All right. Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much for saying that. I don't know how to react. Yeah. All right, same for you as well. Thank you so much for contacting Walmart.com. This was Haya at your service. Take care and keep smiling.
It sounds like she's Philippines. Maybe she's from India. But doesn't sound Indian. Right. Maybe she didn't want to tell me. Thanks, Jerry. That's spycraft, what they just did. That's what they do to people overseas, making them paranoid that they work for Putin and doing something to the package that they're touching. It's a psyop to cause paranoia. It's not a psyop to test paranoia. That's one of their scams, that they're always testing people to see if they're paranoid. Right. Well, burn in hell. Like I said, God will handle it. So those platforms should be scrutinized. No benefit of the doubt. Right. If they're risking like that, they don't care about being fired. In fact, they might work for, what's that guy's name? They used to work for Veritas and was having sex with all the women. O'Keefe or whatever it is. They may not even work for Walmart. They may be working for O'Keefe or somebody like that. O'Keefe's probably a foreign spy. I agree. all these people creating the political turmoil and recommending political turmoil are most likely foreign spies and backed by foreign spies. Now they're trying to articulate the way out of it. Inside. Yeah, the fact is these delivery drivers, they get a job working for Walmart or Amazon based upon spycraft operation, right, and criminal intention. They don't care if they're fired. They're already making, probably, 6-digit salaries, right? It's the one glitch in that system, right? Actually. Oh, O'Keefe's job, that stuff that he does, that's a cover story. Right. That's his cover story. He's a crook, man. He works for criminal enterprises. And the others also. He's one of the names that you know. It's just like Weinstein and his people. Those are some of the names you know. Cooking some curry in a hurry. Ooh, I got mother paneer. I got mother peas. I got mother tofu. Curry is just like a general name for a ton of dishes. Right. She sure sounded like she was from the Philippines. I guess I caught her off guard. Right. Peas are, you don't even need tofu actually. Mother, you can do a mother, masala, mother masala, I guess, or something like that, or masala mother. Right. A lot of protein in these peas. I wish they would make Beyond Chicken again. I don't know why they stopped it other than I was buying it. There is a mechanism like that. Right. It's part of the spycraft thing. So again, Trump is the incumbent. You can't run as if you're the challenger. Right. That's why he has problems with re-election. Right. He does a great job as the challenger, right, but he does horrible as the incumbent. Well, you got to be somewhat bipartisan to make it as a two-term incumbent. Right. Right. Well, he didn't do back-to-back terms. He, essentially on the outsider on both counts, right? Agreed. Well, just if you want to pick up some seats or keep your seats, I recommend a change like I did from the first day of this thing. I think I was recommending what he needs to do from about the first day. Going after Jack Smith was not something to do. Well, the courts are going to eventually throw it out. It takes your power down. Because, first off, you're not the challenger anymore. You're not the defendant. They are. So the system's going to work for them almost the way it worked for you. Right? But again, they're just doing their job. Right? Yeah, it's very difficult to investigate somebody that's investigating like that. Well, because based upon the pattern and practice, you can say it's for some other reason, but you have so many of those cases out there, right? Well, it's going to zap your power, and as it's doing, because you're blindsided with so much right now. No, I told you those cases are probably stupid, right? Well, there's a high bar. Anybody that's investigated Trump, there's a high bar to investigate that and charge them. You know, just the way the government works. Again, you wanted the government to work like it's supposed to, and you had what? What did the Trump administration have? Executive privilege and all the immunities that go along with it, right? But every one of those investigators and law enforcement officers have immunity. It's almost the same immunity. So again, that was a wrong move. I don't know if you even hear my stuff. Waste of assets and power. Oh, believe me, this thing's going to play out over the statute of limitations of suing all of you. All the people you fired have a better case today than the day you fired it. Pattern and practice. 100%. It might be one of those deals where some of those cases will only get filed till the last day of the last day that they can file them. Right? Well, the government's going to owe some of them people money, there's no doubt. Well, they were working for the government. Biden is not a different government. And in fact, Biden did not make the statements that Trump made. Trump's running around making statements that Biden never made or never would make. Right? Because it's ludicrous to make those statements. You're directly in the news telling people to take those people out. Right. Nope. Try to advise you. Right. You accuse Biden of that, and then you go ahead and do it. And there was like no public statement where Biden was doing that. Well, I don't know who's advising all of you, but that sounds like double agents to me. Or, at least ignorant people. In fact, if the Democrats take the Justice Department, you're going to have to fight investigations alleging such misconduct. Right. I agree. Well, but the difference is that there's going to be a finding somewhere along the way that what you, without evidence, said about the Biden administration and Biden, a collusion of sorts, is actually, there's actually evidence that you colluded with the Justice Department to do that. Because I don't need to hide it. You said it, all of you. Makes no frickin' sense. As they say, you said the quiet part out loud. Trying to get my tomato paste open here. I need like a... So again, you're all going to scream bloody murder because they didn't go after Biden like this, or they didn't go after whoever in the administration there like this. But they never publicly said what you all said. I tell agents every time I would speak over the years, you just have to let it go. You can't obsess over prosecuting somebody because it'll move you to commit felonies. It's just, with the number of people you can prosecute in a day, there's no reason to obsess over prosecutions. In fact, it's just like being a special operator. If you obsess over something and become too emotional, it'll destroy your capability to operate. Right. You have to kind of disconnect and just move through it. It's kind of the way I stayed alive over the last 30, 35 years. Thank you, Larry. If I obsessed over it, I never would have made it. Right. It would have, and again, they wanted me to, and again, what's happened here today is an attempt to obsess me over it. Right. Thank you, Larry. Usually if I say, are you from the Philippines, they say, yes. Have you been here before? No, but I used to chat with Filipino people. I had some neighbors who were Filipino, and the deep state hired a few Filipino people to try to kill me. Right. Can't remember where I put this stuff. What did I do with my sweetener? There it is. So again, I'm cautioning you on the direction you're taking because it's really going to zap your power, right? Because eventually the courts are going to rule a little bit more in the favor of the former employees. Again, pattern and practice. I told you not to set up that pattern and practice. Right. No, because it affects the ICE mission, it affects the anti-narco mission. The narcos are in this country running people around like O'Keefe. Believe me, they set people like that up long ago.
Right.
The fact is, Brennan and Comey probably have more spycraft capability than the CIA at this point, based upon the network that was built. Right. And that probably includes certain people still in CIA and NSA. Making this tofu paneer here, or mother of tofu. Your agents may not notice it. They may just think it's strange occurrences, but it's designed to destroy their ability to not be manipulated by the spycraft. There is an absolute technology and pattern to it that desires to cause aversion to healthy activity and cause the victim to embrace unhealthy activity. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, sure.
Tell me to get off the line. They're willing it. It's not politics. It's not politics at all. It's criminal enterprise. People that engage in it have been working for criminal enterprise for decades. And they call, of course, they call it politics, right? Or at least parts of it are called politics. She may not want to tell. They may not be allowed to tell me they're from the Philippines because people complain about it. I can barely understand these people from the Philippines. What the hell going on here? Okay, American operator. Right. I have to remove those curses every time I talk to them. I can't understand them. It just zaps. It'll zap your ability not to hold it against them. Right. I don't really see any Black Friday deals, even though everybody says they are. So I guess she escalated the complaint, if I understood what she said. So they might fire my Kia, if that's her real name. Of course, it's not. But, which in itself is a big question about what Walmart. No, it's no big super secret investigation. They're all criminals, and they work for narcotics distribution and sex trafficking that pay the bribes. Right. Yeah. They arrest, and oh well, we've arrested 20 this week. Well, those are the 20 that didn't pay you. Right. I'm anti-corruption, not anti-police. You're all anti-police. Oh, there they go. There they go. Pulling the microphone out the best they can. What happened is it got cursed enough that it only sounded good when I put this external microphone on, and then it gets caught on the handles. But it's all metaphysical, on the drawer handles and things. Right. Let me find a paper towel to pick this piece of shit up that they delivered. Actually, put it in the trash. I'm sure there's not a good explanation, but I'm sure there's a cover story, a good cover story that you already thought up. There's not a good explanation, no. You can't hand it. Boy, it's nice out here, even though it's raining. Rain in Pennsylvania is nice. They could be attacking your Plus customers, your Walmart Plus customers. Of Walmart Plus, I am. Right. Remember when packages come in, actually when any package comes in, you should wash your hands. And even sanitizer is recommended. Or just rubbing alcohol if that's all you have. Yeah, you can't trust them. They murder people, man. Those nurses that murder people, they're deep state. But they go every once in a while they go crazy and just start operating on their own. The bloodlust gets the better of them. That's why they go so long without getting caught. The one in Kansas, they just finally prosecuted her. I guess they didn't know she was deep state. Right? Been such a long time since she was operating. Because the government's definitely deep state in Kansas, so they couldn't have known she was deep state. Oh, these spy masters are anal about these operations, down to the detail of picking the race of the person that would deliver the package. Get as much mileage out of it as they can.
I agree. Sure of it.
Thank you, Larry. Penn Township Police Department can do what they want. Pennsylvania State Police can do what they want. I'm not here to make phone calls on things that I know will just get glossed over, and they'll say, well, look how crazy these nuisance calling us. Right. And of course, you have limited capabilities to investigate such a thing. Right. But if you want to know what happened to Gricker and Luna, investigate it. Right. Thanks, Larry. Thank you, Larry. Even if it was suicide, this is what they did to them. I know, yeah, they're criminals. Yeah, the criminals are going to do this to them, and they're going to be the criminals. Just like they tried to, in the mind, when I brought up Jonathan Nichols being a deep state victim, they tried to say that he was a pedophile. And if you know anything about Jonathan Nichols, I don't know if anybody that would be further away from that. At least in the state of Oklahoma. Right. Yeah, Jonathan Nichols is another one, just like Ricker and Luna. And no, they're not mentally ill. I thought, oh, they were just crazy and killed him. It's one of the highest level spycraft technology operations going on in the United States. Not to say it's CIA, but not to say that it's not. Right. Thank you much. I think my opinion, they took out, there are several hits on Nichols. One was, the people that when he was an attorney, a government attorney, prosecutor, people he prosecuted, put hits on him. When the money gets high enough, then they effectuate it. Right. And I believe he was probably, I don't know for sure, but I believe he wasn't pro marijuana or cannabis. So he was standing in a way of that debacle. That was intentional to create in Oklahoma that mechanism to criminally distribute narcotics, right, within the legal narcotic system. Thanks, sir. So there was a lot of money at stake if Nichols recommended blocking the marijuana, the cannabis. Thank you, Larry. Because at that point he was advising the Senate. He was no longer a senator, state senator. Oh, okay, yeah. Something's talking so I can speak about it. So, what you have going on is people were fired over the years from the FBI. Then they cancel their background. They got to move on, right? For doing this kind of stuff they're doing to me, maybe even for doing it to me. But they get out of the government and they go work for O'Keefe or somebody like that, and then they make me a target. after the government told them they weren't allowed to investigate because there was corruption. Right. A neat trick, huh? Is the Obama administration still working for Walmart? Boy, this stuff is delicious. Does the Obama administration still work for Walmart? Does the Obama administration and their cronies still work for Walmart? Some great stuff there. If so, then it has to be. It should probably be a CIA level investigation to find out what it is, regardless of whether you prosecute it or indict it or even investigate it from the FBI. The CIA can investigate use of spycraft. Right. Nobody else that really can. Right. Well, because we have to defend against it. If you're an American and you're part of a spycraft operation against a former federal employee, former federal investigator, and a current help to the government, then they have to go in and try to figure out if you're connected to any spies. So the FBI investigates it. It's neither here nor there. In fact, they can't divulge what they find. Right. Because the methods they use are not legal for criminal investigation when they do that, but is legal for national security and national defense. Right. Well, it becomes fruit of a poisonous tree at that point. Right. Well, Mondani needs capitalism to do what he wants. Right. So if he's smart, right, he'll go up the middle. Our nation has always been a mix of capitalism and socialism. Right. The common things that we do together, like the common defense. We have other things that are common. Right. Now we'll see if he's one of the socialists that the young people talk about, the pure socialism, or is it just another scam? I agree. The problem is the psychology of socialism only works so long. Right. If every citizen doesn't back or a good portion doesn't back it, it doesn't work. Right. But a mixture, an honest mixture of capitalism and socialism would work. Which means, again, the idea of using business models to build socialism. You can't do it without the business model. I believe every U.S. government, federal, state, and local, as long as there's safeguards and protections from corruption, has a right to invest money for programs. Which means you invest money today for expansion of programs tomorrow. So you build a capital base. So if you do that, eventually you won't even have to tax anybody. Because your sovereign fund will just keep going. It'll be so big. The money it makes will be the GDP, be bigger than the GDP. Right. Agreed. Been great to have been born after I lived my life. As far as, that part of it. Right. Thank you, Larry. That's what the reason that they never thought of it is because they don't think they have people they hate to the point that they don't want them to have. So you can't think how to cause everybody to have. Right. That's all it takes. Is the right heart, as they say. Thank you. Nah, a lot of people in charity are just bullshit, man. I really don't give a shit. It's about themselves. Right. Well, if you have non-socialists, socialism doesn't work because they're not motivated by an ideal of socialism. But if you encourage capitalism, combined with social programs, then it works. But again, the idea of investment, I don't get why there's all of a sudden this requirement. Is it because Biden's not president? Right. Right. I agree. Well, you're never going to build a socialist system without capitalistic money. Unless, again, if you build a sovereign fund, but the sovereign fund requires capitalists. The government should invest in business. There's nothing wrong. Like Trump, he helped somebody, out of a pickle, and national security says, yeah, person